As you can see, the sun is shining. It's a bright day, but it's a dark day for Arsenal fans. You can see I'm not wearing my shirt because I'm ashamed. The pain, the misery, the depression is starting to kick in. All for good reason. 2 eliminations in 7 days. What has this game done to us? What is this team doing to us? When's it going to end? No more excuses. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to my match prediction, score prediction, my team sheet for this video. Now, we're going to be talking about Arsenal versus Sporting Lisbon coming this Tuesday. And let me tell you something. I think we can all agree at home, this is not looking very, very promising. Now, Arsenal just come back off the 2 defeats in a row. One before international break and one after. One to Man City, 2-0, Carabao Cup exit. And then we have another one, which we had last night, which ended in disaster again, which was the Southampton. I mean, do you know what? Today I'm really struggling to find the words to speak in this video because I don't think I've been this low since last season. Like, I feel like we've had a great season, great run so far up until the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup games. Because what it is, you have to think about it. We're trying to challenge for trophies and we just got 2 eliminations in a space of 7 days. From quadruple to the treble to now, I mean, dare I say it, the double. I don't think we're going to get a single at this point in time. But Arsenal, they had a real reality check last night against Southampton. And I think it's clear to see that things are not working. They might work at the start of the season, but tactics need to change. And I'll tell you one reason why. Man City have probably had a roller coaster in the Prem right now. But right now, they're looking at the favourites to do the double domestic cups because of their transitioning and because of their signings probably in January. And also because they've had a change of tactics because they know things aren't working. And this is where I think Arsenal are second best, because what we do is we rely on the same type of system, the same type of setup with every single team we play. And this goes for the Champions League, the Premier League, and obviously Championship teams. The Southampton game was proof of that. Southampton gave it to us. And I said in the first 30 minutes that Arsenal, although there were spells where we looked great, Southampton looked like they wanted it more. You kind of question, what is the game plan here? I don't think Arteta wants to come in and actually lose, because that's what, you know, the fan base likes to think, that Arsenal like to lose because they want to focus on a specific trophy. No, mate. We should be challenging for everything. But you can see that in the game, there is no togetherness. You know the second goal that went in for Southampton, there were 6 players in the box versus 3. And you're telling me that we couldn't make a simple interception in that final third. And what happens? We concede. And there's like 4 minutes left. Another thing I want to mention is, when I was analysing last night's game, I was like, Gyökeres has just scored a hat-trick for Sweden. Probably more goals, actually, the amount of games Sweden played. And you didn't start him. But when he came on, he made things happen. The setup we have for these matches, the last 2 games, is inexcusable. Like, we've got players playing that don't have their heart for the Arsenal team. And it's clear to see. When Gyökeres scored, you can see in his eyes, come on, let's go. You see him celebrating Calafuri. Just look at his eyes. Yeah? He looks like he wants to go and take this win. But you look at players like Jesus, always got his hands in his head. Was not involved in the game at all. And it just shows you the work ethic. Declan Rice, sometimes I feel sorry for him. He's come to his team hoping to win trophies. And it's so clear to see that we missed him yesterday. Odegaard, decent game yesterday. But he's been up and down. He could be one of the people leaving. We never know. But Arsenal, if they win against Sporting Lisbon, let me tell you something. It's going to be a miracle. Because the performance, the setup, the morale, everything is just down. And Sporting Lisbon, let's not forget, they just made a huge comeback against Bodo Glimt. Probably one of the comebacks of the season. And Bodo Glimt have beaten Man City. They've been Inter Milan. They play great football. Okay, their season's not in play right now. They've got loads of time to rest and play for the Champions League. But look at what Sporting did. They came back, especially at home. Now, people might think, oh, but last year we dealt with them. But how do you know we're going to have the same outcome this year? There's nothing that tells me in the last 2 games that Arsenal could go out and beat Sporting Lisbon. I don't think there's anything. We look slow. We look defeated before the game starts. All these things play a part. And I was trying to think to myself, what could I find possibly positive about this Arsenal team? And I found a few things. So Max Darman, he needs to start more often. Or play more often even. He did more yesterday than any other player at 17 years old. Kai Havertz definitely needs to play with Gyökeres. Because I'm telling you now, when Kai Havertz passed to Gyökeres, if that was Trossard, he would not have passed. And if he did, probably would have been to somebody else other than Gyökeres. Same thing with Saka. We need to start a team where players actually want to play. Start David Raya in goal. Play players that have heart and can actually get the job done. Because every single win is crucial. Sorry, if some players get upset, you have to leave them on the bench. Now, I know we have a number of injuries. I get it. But what you have on the bench, there are players that can actually add some quality on the pitch when you need it. But I think the timing of substitutions have been affecting Arsenal. I feel like in the City game, we substituted too late when players' legs were tired. And I feel like yesterday was the same thing. But we cannot have that. What would it mean if Arsenal lost on Tuesday to Sporting Lisbon? It's just going to add more misery. And I think people are going to start saying Arteta out. People are already saying it, Arteta out. Am I one of those people that want Arteta out right now? No. Because I want to see what happens at the end of the season. If we don't walk away with the Premier League minimum, because that's the only thing we've got now. We can't do the domestics because we're eliminated from both. Premier League minimum, he needs to go. I'm going to say it. That's the only reason why. At the start of the year, I was very confident in Arteta. I was like, look, the way we're playing, a couple months ago as well, I was like, look, we can definitely do it. We're playing great football. Most goals from open play. Okay, we're called Corner FC, but we're scoring at least. But right now, I think if we go into our 7th year without a cup, 7 years is a long time. And I think for a manager that's had 7 years, has been given the finances, given the financial backing, given the players he's asked for, there's no excuses. If you think about it, we're one of the top spenders in the league. People used to cuss Man United. Oh, you spent 100 million on Maguire or Pogba. But we have spent probably more than them right now. If we look at all of the players we've done, and selling players we're not really great at. Yeah, we don't really make profit. Now, it's not about the profit and the finances. Obviously, it's about winning silverware. But this is what I'm saying. If there's no trophy at the end of the season, he needs to go. And it needs to be a squad reshuffle because some of these players are looking like baggage right now. Yeah, I like Gabriel Jesus, don't get me wrong. But I feel like, again, there was a period in time last season where he's very inconsistent. He picked up some consistency but got injured in the end. And I feel like that's kind of what's happened. Like, he's picked up some consistency. He scored against Inter Milan, scored a few in the Prem, and then gone missing again. And I think that's why Arteta hasn't got much faith in him. He started yesterday and was not involved at all. Yeah, Trossard, you already know my stance on him. The guy needs to go. But that Sporting game is going to show how Arsenal bounce back. Now, obviously, the losses have gone. They're out the way. We can't change them. We have to look forward. So looking forward means you have to win. Because you don't want to be on the back foot and then playing at home and then chasing the game. Because we know Sporting at home have got quality. We've seen it already. Last season even they beat Man City 4-1. We went and beaten Sporting Lisbon as well, but they are a good European side and they've made it this far for a reason. And I think Arsenal should be very, very lucky right now that we're playing Sporting Lisbon at this stage, not somebody like Barcelona, Atletico, PSG, Bayern Munich, or even Man City again. Because the way we're playing right now, if we played a big European giant, talking about clubs like Bayern Munich, no disrespect to Sporting Lisbon, we will get absolutely smashed. Do I think we're going to reach the Champions League final? The way we're playing and the way the team is right now, absolutely not. I'm not going to sit here and be delusional. But the way we're playing, we're definitely not going to reach that final. There needs to be change. There has to be. I think Champions League final was more of a long shot than obviously win the Premier League. But we can lose both. The last week has shown. Things can change in a matter of weeks, in a matter of days. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just looking very bleak for us as a football club. There's no urgency. I mean, I was looking at YouTube yesterday and a lot of people aren't really shocked, to be honest, because it's like the same story. You know, I'm sitting there trying to make it out like it's a shock that Arsenal are playing bad at the end of the season, but this has been the case for 3-4 years now. So is it really a shock? I wouldn't say so. But yeah, let's talk about the team sheet and the scoreline. Team sheet is David Ryan goal. For God's sake, please start him. He hasn't started in 2 games. Right back, obviously Timber's injured. Ben White, he needs a bounce back game. I mean, I don't really criticise Ben White too much, but he got torched the other night. Saliba, and then left, we're probably going to have Mosquera, depending on Gabriel's injury, came off injured. Left back, hopefully Nkapie's back. If not, it's going to be obviously Miles Lewis-Skelly. Actually, it could potentially be Calafiori as well, because he had a bit of a few minutes towards the end of the Southampton game. Midfield, we need our boys Zubimendi and Declan Rice back. Norgard, I don't think he had a bad game. So I'd want to see Declan Rice either in there with Norgard or Zubimendi, but we'll chuck in Zubimendi for now. Number 10, I want Kai Havertz in there. Ødegaard, like, he had a decent game yesterday, but I think Havertz getting the assist gives him the edge over you right now. On the right side, I want Dauman or Madueke. Preferably Madueke and Dauman maybe as a sub. Left wing, Martinelli. I mean, we haven't got any option over there, so it's going to have to be Martinelli. Up front, Victor Gyökeres. I'm not confident about this game, and I'm hoping for an Arsenal win. Because we're playing away, and the way we've been playing so far, I'm going to be deadly honest with you. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. That's what I'm going to go for. I think a 1-1 draw. And I think the goal scorer will be Victor Gyökeres. He's obviously going to try to prove a point to this old team. You know, when players play the old team, they want to make sure they score, and I think that will be the case. I think Victor Gyökeres will score on Tuesday. But I'm going to say 1-1 because they're playing away and the momentum we have right now. So that's not being me. That's not being negative. I think I'm within my rights to say that because we've been diabolical. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below about the game. What do you think will happen on Tuesday? What do we need to change as Arsenal fans? And are you guys Arteta in or Arteta out? I'll see you Tuesday for the watch along.